Hello, 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 and welcome to another wonderful week through the Enchanted Spreads. Now, the Enchanted Spreads are meant to hit in on some of the harsher points in life through fairy tales and folklore, but these are the grim tales, of course. So these get a little bit deeper and they're a little bit darker. But if you pay attention to these, of course, there is a wonderful lesson at the end of these. All right, so this week we have The Princess Who Never Smiled. Now, I love, 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 love this story because this is a healing story. This is an empath story. And one of the things here, empaths oftentimes we have trouble with is finding authentic people in our lives. A lot of times we find people who have ulterior motives and we can feel it deep down inside of us. And when that energy feels off, we know it. Now, with this story, this is a beautiful princess who feels all of the world's pain and sorrow. So she can never quite smile. She can never be happy because she knows all of the pain and the hurt that's going on. And it's very difficult for her. Now, the king says, you know what? I just want my daughter to be happy. So he says, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send out a notice out to the kingdom and say, whoever can make my daughter smile will get an opportunity to marry her. Now, this king would hold true to his word, and off they went. And people came and they came and they came. But of course, the princess could see their motives. And so she knew who was being genuine and she knew who wasn't. And so, of course, she didn't smile. Instead, it actually made her sadder to know that people only wanted her for her riches. Well, off in the far lands, there was a male who was like, you know what? I just want to be the master of some things. And if I can be a very good blacksmith, then I can make some money. And if I can make money, then I can move. And so he learned the way to master blacksmith. And then from there, he went to weaponry and he moved his way up. And then he had received a couple of coins and he was like, well, now I can travel. But along his way, he stumbled across a mouse that needed his help and said he needed a coin. And so he gave one of his coins to the mouse. And then he carries on and he gives another coin to a beetle and that needed his help. And then he goes along and the catfish says he needs a coin. So he gives his final coin, all of this that he worked all these years so hard for, he gives to a mouse, a beetle, and a catfish. Now, little did he know, the princess was observing him. And he happens to be walking one day and he falls into this muddy bank. Uh, and along comes the mouse, along comes the beetle, and along comes the catfish, and they pick him up and pull him out. And now the princess looks and she sees the innocence of it all, but she sees the friendship of it all, and she just starts to chuckle. And then she does a full belly laugh. And then she realizes, wow, there can be positive, happy, good hearted, and good natured people. And now the young blacksmith had no idea that there was a prize for winning this princess by making her smile. And so he won in sheer innocence. Um, and he was rewarded far beyond those 3 coins. This card speaks so much of the trueness and authenticity of our heart, but also the struggle that we all carry on the day to day. Not only just empaths, but regular people who are feeling the energies and who are feeling the anxieties and the pressures of the world, but more so, especially for those empaths who are feeling and just wanting to feel authenticity, to feel that there can be something good out there. The story reminds you that there is good there. And sometimes it comes in the least likely of places. Who would have thought someone who had grown up so poor would be able to be on the same compatibility level as someone who came up so rich and who had everything? He had no idea what he was pouring his energy out into. He had no idea how authentic he was being and how good of a person he was being. He was just being true to himself. This card encourages you to be true to yourself. Your innocence, your pureness, your goodness can be healing to someone else without you even realizing it. And there's always that great karma that comes back around. It's full circle. Love that energy. So I hope you guys found The Princess Who Never Smiled as a wonderful story, and I definitely hope you guys learned something from this. Be kind to all creatures, be kind to all people. There's always some sort of reward in the end. I hope you guys love this story. Make sure you guys stay tuned for next week and make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.
Now what's this